Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to Bringing the Vision 2 video. What I've guessed today is a video talking about the best weapon talents in the game, in my opinion. Now I do want to say, if I do miss a specific talent that you like a lot, or you think that's really good, let me know in the comments. I read all my comments, and I'm actually kind of curious to see what you guys have to say, and which talents you are rocking on your guns, and which ones you like the most. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, or find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. Also, I do want to say I'm recording this video on March 18th, and I do understand that later on there might be some patches or some changes to the talents, and some of them might be really good, some of them might be a little bit worse. So again, if you watch this video a little bit later, then, who knows, some of them could have changed, but as of right now, these are the talents I do think are very, very good in the game. And if you guys are level 30 and you're making your build, or you're just looking for some really good weapons, definitely keep an eye out for these talents. So the first one I do want to talk about is actually Rifleman, and this one's very good for rifles. Specifically, I would say like the police, MK17, or like the SIG, or even something like the MDR. This talent is really good because what it does is landing headshots adds a stack of bonus, plus 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds, and max stack is 5. Additional headshots refresh the duration. All non-headshots remove the bonus. So the reason why I'm saying like the police MK17 or like the MDR or even something like the SIG, this talent is really good because obviously if you're using a rifle, you're going to be going for headshots a lot, especially if you're on PC, because you want to do the most damage possible. And if you are making a build like that, if you are speccing a lot into headshot damage and you are going for that high kind of tier damage build, this is a talent I would recommend using. I've been actually using this pretty much all day today, and I've been loving it. I've been using this for some heroic bounties, some challenging missions and stuff like that. So really fun. The damage on this is pretty insane. I'm doing about like 220,000-230,000 damage in the head with this build and with this talent. So pretty nice, I would say. And if you guys again are looking for a really nice damage kind of talent for your rifles, I would recommend trying this one 100%. Up next, I would recommend using Allegro on your weapons, and pretty much what this talent does, it gives you plus 10% rate of fire. And in my opinion, if you're making a PvP build, if it's for skirmish, if it's for the dark zone, in my opinion, rate of fire is still very, very important for those weapons, and this thing pretty much gives you 10%. And overall, it's just really nice. It's a really good kind of secondary talent you can have on your weapon, something like maybe your assault rifles, or maybe something like your rifles, just anything like that. It's going to give you a little bit of rate of fire. Obviously, you can use this for PvE as well, but in my opinion, having a bit of extra rate of fire for PvE is not really that important. So this is something I would definitely recommend using on a PvP build for some of your weapons. So again, Allegro gives you rate of fire of 10%. Next up, we have Close and Personal, and what this talent does is killing a target within 7 meters grants a plus 50% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Now this talent kind of reminds me of Responsive talent from the Division 1, if you guys did play that game. It's a really close quarter kind of SMG talent that if you are using a kind of very close quarter SMG build with a lot of rate of fire and maybe, crit chance, this is something that's going to be really beneficial for you, especially if you are going against those 1v2 kind of scenarios or 1v3 scenarios. It is only a 50% weapon damage increase for 5 seconds, but in my opinion, if you are in that chaotic scene, 5 seconds might seem like it's a pretty long time, and I don't know, just this talent in my opinion is just really good. I've been having kind of a lot of success with it, and again, I think if you are making a really close quarter SMG build for PvP, this is a talent you definitely want to look at. The extra talent is next on my list, and what this thing gives you is plus 20% magazine capacity. Now in my opinion, if you're using a weapon with a very small clip, especially for PvP, this is something you might want to consider and using. It's only 20%, but again, if you're using a really short clip kind of weapon for PvP, those extra bullets can really kind of help you out. For PvE, maybe you can use something a little bit different because, like I said, 20% isn't that much, but obviously for PvP kind of scenarios, those extra bullets can really mean a lot in like certain gunfights. So again, extra is a secondary talent on your weapon, and you can pretty much get this, I think, on every weapon. But I know for a fact, like your assault rifles, your rifles, your SMGs and just, those weapons all in general can get this talent in the second slot. Up next, I would recommend using the Fast Hands talent on your weapons, and what this talent does is critical hits at a stack of 3% reload speed bonus, max stack is 20. So this talent is once again very similar to Hurried from the Division 1, and this talent is pretty much going to help you reload a little bit quicker if you are using critical hit chance kind of builds, and if you are hitting critical hit chance kind of hits on the person. So this one's pretty good, I would say, especially for PvP, and if you are using a kind of fast close quarter build, with like an SMG build, because critical hits, obviously there's going to be a little bit more with SMGs, but nonetheless you can also use this with like ARs. It's really up to you. But yeah, if you are struggling to kind of stay alive during gunfights, because you have to reload a lot and that's pretty much screwing you over, or if you just want to reload a little bit quicker for PvE, this talent is for you. The next weapon talent I would recommend using is Optimist, and what this talent does is weapon damage is increased by plus 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. So if you guys are using a LMG build, if you're using pretty much a weapon with a high magazine, this is a talent that can really help you out and do a bit more damage. Now, even something like a P416 with a extended magazine, you get about 75 or 73 bullets in it, and if you have this kind of talent on this, you can get a little bit more damage, as I said. So for PvP, for PvE, this is something really important to use, as I said. Preservation is next on the list, and this talent comes in the first slot, and what it does is killing an enemy repairs 5% armor over 3 seconds, headshot kills improves the repair. So once again, this talent is located in the first slot, and you can get this on pretty much any weapon, like your assault rifles, your LMGs, and pretty much all those categories. So this one's really good. I would say this one is a little bit better for PvE, since obviously you can have a bit more action in PvE, and if you're doing like strongholds, if you're doing like challenging missions, you guys know the action is pretty much there all the time. So something like this can really help you out if you're out of armor kits, if you're out of kind of your skills to heal you. This is something that can really help you out and keep you alive. So preservation, pretty nice talent if you guys are kind of struggling to stay alive. The next talent you guys want to check out is Unhinged, and this one actually gives you a plus 25% weapon damage, but it takes away a minus 35% weapon handling. This one, in my opinion, I would say if you are on consoles like PS4 or Xbox, I wouldn't really recommend trying this one out because your weapon handling is going to be all over the place, and as you guys know, on the consoles controlling weapons and just the weapon handling in general is a little bit different than it is on PC. But if you guys are on PC and you are really comfortable with a weapon and you want a bit more damage, you want to push your build to even have a bit more damage, as I said, if you are comfortable with it and you can, aim it and kind of control it and use it, maybe try out this talent. It's going to give you a lot of damage. I know when I did try this, my gun did feel a little bit weird, but the damage was absolutely insane. So as I said, if you're going for a really, really high damage build, this talent is for you. The next weapon talent I would recommend using 100% is Strained, and what this talent gives you is plus 10% critical hit damage is gained for every 5% of your armor that is depleted. So this one is very, very good, and if you guys pair this up with a Berserk kind of gear talent, you can get a really serious high damage kind of build going for PvP or PvE. So Strained is probably one of the best weapon talents, I would say, for like your assault rifles, maybe your rifles, pretty much anything you can get this on. Strained, once again, is very, very good to have on your build. The last talent I do have on this list is Killer, and what this talent does is killing an enemy with a critical hit grants a plus 50% critical hit chance for 5 seconds. So once again, this is kind of a PvP talent. If you guys are running a assault rifle, maybe you're using something like a SMG, you guys can get this on, and it's pretty nice, I would say, if you are again in those kind of sticky situations in a 1v2, 1v3 kind of scenario. If you kill someone with a critical hit for the next 5 seconds, you guys can kind of peek out and melt the next player you guys can see, and your critical hit chance is pretty much off the charts, even if you have like pretty much 0 critical hit chance on your build. So pretty good, pretty useful. I like this one a lot. I actually have this on my P416, and so far I like this, as I said. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys do have any questions about the video, let me know. I answer all my comments, as you guys know. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.